Hello, 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 anxiety pillars. Welcome to this incredibly special episode of the Anxiety Pilled podcast. I'm your host, MANWITHFAT, and today I have the great honor of reading through some of the winners of the Anxiety Pilled prompt contest, specifically what's in the box. But before we get to that, we have another special announcement. Now, I can hear you at home. Why is it just man with fat? What's going on here? Where's the other one? Well, we have a very special surprise. We at Anxiety Pilled have done the math. We've crunched the numbers. We've ran and crawled and lied and cried to find you, the very best in podcasting talent. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're standing, I'd sit. If you're in public, I'd find someplace private. If you're at a funeral, turn up the volume because those folks could use some good news. Without further ado, co champion of the Cult Publishing Writing Contest, judge of our very own box prompt, and writer extraordinaire, put your hands together for Ta.
Wow! Yeah! Oh my god, yes! Oh my god, it was actually a struggle to stay silent there. It was terrifying. I'm so excited to be a part. Bats reached out, clawed at my knees and said, "Please, please be on the pod." And I said, "Oh my god, thank you, Bats. Of course. Of
Oh,
course I want to be."
we're so incredibly excited to have you on. I think this is going to be a
I
great time.
I know it's gonna be well. This is the first episode I'm on, first one that I'm filming with you, and I was also a judge for this contest, so I know all these stories that are the winners. And we said we were gonna announce them here, and we are. So stay tuned. I guess could be you.
Oh yeah, I mean, getting more into that, the anxiety pilled box contest. Like Top said, she was one of our three judges there, judged by, members of our own community. And a
hmm
lot of folks, I mean, do you have the exact number of how many submissions there were? Do you know, like a
Oh,
rough number?
we don't have the number, but I'm looking at the judging page, and it's 16 pages of people that we judged.
Yeah, I mean, just
So.
so many people came together. It was really cool to
mm,
see, just what everybody in the community was able to come up with. And of course,
mm.
if your story isn't featured on today's episode, that's no
I, I'm
knock
I'm gonna
against the
say
quality.
right now, we got probably a third of the people getting like 70s and like really really high numbers out of like a scale of 90. Like people did absolutely crazy in this competition. Me, Bear, and Nate, we're the judges here. We're deliberating in our judging group chat for days about who's gonna win because like it was a tough competition. There was a lot of people, a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
really good stories as well. hmm
Yeah, awesome stories. Just really cool to see all the talent and really fun to be able to come here together and just be able to celebrate them with everybody. So I
Yeah, just
guess, without getting too deep into it, I guess we'll go ahead and head to that first story there.
oh my god, drum roll. This is so let me tell you, audience. So we got the three winners. You're going to see them later or you're going to skip ahead and be a cunt. So don't do that. But we also have three honorable mentions. The judges could not be limited by three winners. So we have honorable mentions that are going to be featured here. And the first one is my darling honorable mention, late entry from the wonderful Caber underscore 3600 called From the Files of Site B5 39 colon a box of beauty. What a good story, man with that. Have you read it? Have
I
you read
have
it yet?
not yet, and I'm looking at this content warning, and I'm really curious how
It's for a
all of these
thousand
things have
words.
fit. Yeah.
We texted in our group chat when we saw that, and it's like, how the hell are you gonna get graphic body mutilation in 1,000 words? It was terrifying to see, but what a good story! Oh my god, whew,
Yeah, I'm
it's so.
super, super excited to get into it. Really cool art here up front too, from the files of Site B539, a box of beauty
Mhm.
with the box there. Real crunchy. Well, do you want to take this one since it was your
Of course, I want
suggestion?
to take and just Caber. I haven't reached out to you personally, but I just want to say, keep writing. You're really good. I really fuck with this story. Really
Oh yeah.
saucy. It's a bit of a fun format to do narration in, but we're gonna get into it. Anomaly designation BQW 179. Retention category low to medium risk. Retention protocols and conduct. BQW 179 is kept in a standard LR item storage locker. Personnel may participate in BQW 179 testing no more than once every 30 days and must submit Form B17 23 45 to obtain a keyring. Personnel participating in testing involving BQW 179 are advised to heed the following warnings from the BQW 179 project lead. You will want to hurt them. You cannot allow yourself to. You will want to hurt yourself for not harming them. It is irrelevant whether you do. You might harm them. Don't bother coming back if you do. Anomaly delineation. BQW 179 is a wood storage trunk measuring 76 centimeters by 40 centimeters by 40 centimeters. It appears to have been handmade, assembled in a standard fashion from oak panels, fasteners, wood glue, and a piano hinge. BQW 179 has been coated in a dark oil based stain and polyurethane sealer at some point in the past. When BQW 179's lid is opened, a variable number of lepidopteran organisms resembling Morphodilius, metallic blue morpho butterflies, will emerge from the object and fly in a clockwise fashion around it and any proximate individuals. They will continue this action until BQW 179's lid is moved in a manner indicating that the object is closing. BQW 179b exhibits the anomalous capacity to instantly alter the pigmentation of their wing membranes, allowing them to shift between any shade of color in short amounts of time, as they commonly do upon their emergence from BQW 179. Whether through unknown behavior or conscious preference, BQW 179 B typically exhibit colors with higher levels of saturation and brightness. Commonly reported colors include rose quartz, frosted lilac, verdant emerald, obsidian teal, molten orchid, sunspot gold, abysmal blue. This appears to have been a cognitive effect on human beings, with the colors exhibited by BQW 179 B being universally considered beautiful. This universal descriptor does not appear to dissuade any other secondary effects associated with exposure to BQW 179 B. Following prolonged exposure to BQW 179 B, certain human individuals will enter a state of heightened violence. These individuals will then attempt to physically harm and terminate as many BQW 179 B instances as they can, ceasing only when the BQW 179 is closed or exhaustion occurs. Typical characteristics include a combination of low growling, gentle cooing, excessive praise in a soft voice, excessive use of expletives and loud screams, deliberate movements likened to slow dancing, frantic and violent movements of the arms and legs. The methods in which compromised individuals will attempt to terminate BQW 179 B instances often vary, but methods that maximize destruction of B instance wing membranes are usually preferred. Examples have included, but are not limited to, forced exposure to acidic compounds, violent ripping off the wings, pinning instances to hard surfaces by the wings and thorax via numerous sharp implements, crushing by way of mastication. Upon death, BQW 179 B lose all color exhibition. They are then regarded as ugly. Affected individuals will harm themselves and or others if they cannot access any B instances. Duration of the hostile state varies, sometimes lasting up to 36 hours or persisting indefinitely. Discovery. BQW 179 was recovered from the home of Philip Keams in Adams Hill, Michigan, on February 14, 2006. Keams was found in the garage, covered in blood and kneeling before BQW 179 amid piles of dead BQW 179 B. Marcia and Leah Keams, his wife and daughter, were both found in the house's attic space. Deceased. Cause of death was exsanguination from penetrating neck wounds, likely inflicted with a bladed instrument. Large portions of their dorsal skin had been excised and arranged in a bilateral pattern resembling wings. Fu- Not right. They're
Sorry,
fucking.
I needed a second there.
You're
Jesus
so cool
Christ.
with that. Your fucking wing, like skin is pulled back to look like wings.
God, and I love this clinical, like detached report framing, and it's just so
It's
well done.
scary. It's scary, and it's like, it's so pretty, but then you hear this and it's like, "Oh my god, this guy just butchered his wife and his daughter."
Yeah, I mean that's
Like,
scary. I'm sorry.
it
I'll let you keep going, but that just
ah,
that punched me a little bit.
yes. Following securement by law enforcement, BQW-179 was seized and transferred to Site B5-39. Preliminary testing revealed BQW-179's primary anomalous attributes. During the first test concerning the manifestation of BQW-179-B, however, a torn piece of paper was expelled from the BQW-179 upon the emergence of the -B instances. The contents of said paper were forwarded to the project lead and examined. See supplementary material. Supplementary material BQW 179.1. Attached statement. I made it for Patricia. She loved butterflies. They were everything good, light, delicate, and plentiful. Most importantly, they were colorful. I captured that beauty, placed it in a receptacle, and gave it to her. All that beauty, it was hers, reflected back through those bugs. Time makes a fool of us all, and I was a bigger fool than most. The years drew on. Spring green dried up into autumn browns, overtaken by winter white. So many colors. Beauty, she called it. It was all dull to me. I resented her for taking away Paula. A life for a life. Clashing shades. I thought of butterflies, how they metamorphosize. Oh, I'm a rapper. Oh, caterpillars liquefy, destroy themselves, and reform in a chrysalis. A minuscule apotheosis. Transformation fueled by breaking and desolation and pain and anguish and all that is breaking down into what can ever be. I hated that she had beauty. I opened the box. Not the one I gave her, the one inside me, keeping in the slog and dark black ichor corroding me from the inside. All that rage, it was mine, reflected back through everything, especially the bugs. I stepped on one, a splatter of bright teal. I picked the wings from another, spurts of glowing indigo and flaming orange, shoveling more into my mouth. The bursts of iridescent blood and shimmering gore rolled down my chin, staining my teeth with any and all colors imaginable. I ripped, slashed, and tore through their delicate little wings with such vigor. I couldn't help myself. It was all so beautiful. The carnage consumed the swarm. I hadn't even noticed when my fingers plunged into her eye and my teeth broke the skin of her face. All colors faded away, save for the sickly red coating the world. I closed my box and locked it good. But all that matters is that it was in there at all. The hinge eventually broke, and then what? Beauty stamped out. I'd lock it away for safekeeping, but there's not a box strong enough. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Good
Sick.
God.
Oh, he fucking ate his own, like, kid? Is ripping into her? That's not cool.
God, and that's
It's
just
not.
really, really cool thing to accomplish in such a small box, pun intended. Because I mean,
Now
you've got
he mentioned someone named Patricia here, you know? He made it for Patricia. But it says that his wife and daughter were Marcia and Leah Keems. Kilms? Keems?
mm, I didn't
Who
even
who do you
catch that.
who do you think this Patricia is? Who do you think Paula is? Who are all these women? What are they? Oh my god. There's so many women in this story. I love it. It's so feminist.
And I mean, there's just so many different angles it's bouncing around. I mean, the I'm a little bit speechless just trying to soak it all in. Because I mean,
I
me, I love kind of the SCP style stuff, but
I literally I said the exact same thing when I saw it. the exact same thing of like this is an SCP style work. And we had another one that was done bit earlier on, and that one also did really well cuz like SCP stuff with a box contest, like that's prime. You know what I mean? Like that's how you do it.
Oh,
Um
100%. I mean, it was building its own universe out of it too. I mean, the thing I kind of some SCP stories they lean really hard into, kind of this classified. This is really cool, but I'm not going to show you how cool it is. Whereas,
mm,
Caber here pulled zero punches. You get a really
Caper said
intimate.
everything.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
the SCP thing with the classification is dumb because if it's classified, then why am I reading it? You know what I mean? Like, I
that's what
shouldn't be
I.
able to see it at all. This was actually the last thing that we had submitted for our contest, I think. This was the last story. And I just read it and I loved it so, so freaking much. And I'm pretty sure this is Caber's, like, for one of, yeah, this is Caber's first story. And it's already just such an awesome banger. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. And I mean, Caber, you need to keep pumping them out because this is really really cool, and I can tell that there
Caber,
was just a lot
if
of thought and care put into the form of
you,
this.
Caber, if you don't post another story in T minus 3 weeks, I'm gonna get real angry at you, bud. All right, because Mama wants more movie, please and thank you. I also like that it's just a low to medium risk thing. I feel like that's the SCP thing when I was really into that. You'd get like anomalies that are like kind of cool and normal, but then so many of them by the end were just like, oh, it's this Titan Leviathan monster creature, and it's like you're
Hmm.
telling me like, the American facility was able to contain that thing? You're telling me you're telling me that a fucking band of, like, 50 guys was able to pull down Glormok the Destroyer into a cell? Like, so I like this one because it's still creepy, but it's like, you can easily see it's containable. You just close the box, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and I think the ones that really hit me the hardest aren't the entire world is gonna explode kind of threat, but like zooming
Mhm,
it into a family that's just completely succumb to this force that lives inside of this box, and it's described with such a meticulous beauty, but also this like
mhm.
inherent brutality that creates such a cool dichotomy just in the concept itself. I
Well,
really
yeah.
dug that.
Mhm. I'm just such a good freaking story and from such a new author, which it's like that's the thing I'm loving about being on Anxiety Pilled more is that it's like I get to see so much stuff from like authors that I know and who I'm really good friends with, but I get to see stuff from new people too who have never posted anything like this before and it's just so freaking awesome, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean that's the beauty with the box contest itself is it just brought a lot of people out to, just be creative in their own ways. And I mean, hats off to everyone who participated in that way. I think that, it's just really
Mm.
cool what people were able to accomplish. I mean, even something, so kind of as dense as this was able to be made in 1,000 words. It doesn't feel like it was, created with that sort of restriction, just
Doesn't
the way
even
that it
feel like
was.
it's 1,000 words, though. Doesn't
Hmm.
even feel like it, and, you'll notice that for pretty much every story here, and it's obviously impossible to capture because it's 1,000 words, you know what I mean? You're not
Oh
writing a
yeah.
novella here, but the best stories, at least for, my reading experience, was the stories that it's like, "This is a world, this is something I wanna see more of," and it's like, "I wanna see what this damn facility looks like, I wanna know who's writing this down, I wanna chat I wanna see more of this stuff," so
Oh
I really,
yeah.
really enjoyed from the files of site also, I was saying dash a lot. I was on that I was a DQW-179, that's gonna be in my brain forever. I said it so much. Um, but our next story is actually not from a new author. It's from somebody very familiar to both of us, I think, as an
Yes,
honorable
yes.
no,
Your
I
second.
believe that this is Bear's honorable mention. Bear was one of our judges, although goes by a different Reddit username. Not sure what not sure what it is, unfortunately.
It's affectionate
Affectionately
leaves something
yeah,
there.
affectionate leaves, otherwise known as Bear, had an honorable mention made by Tenors. If you people don't know, he's like kind of sort of my boss, like kinda. Like, it's, like, I kinda work for him, not sure, we don't get paid, but,
He's
um,
Papa Cult Publishing for sure. Daddy Pig
he's
Toes in the
Papa Cult
flesh.
Publishing, go check out Cult Publishing, um, little name drop, but, yeah, he does a lot of, like, management stuff, and then he puts out these stories, and you'd imagine, like, this British old man, he wouldn't be able to write. Oh my god, the man can write! He is so freaking good at writing, it's insane. Like, it's actually crazy. Have you read his
Yeah,
story yet? The Promise?
I have not. I don't think I've read any of these honorable mentions yet, so I am really, really excited to get into it. I've read a little bit of Dinner
Now,
stuff, but not enough to
this
be
story has
fully acquainted.
dialogue. You wanna be the papa and son in this story? It's a papa and son story.
Papa and Son.
Yep.
Let me see. I mean, I can be Papa if you want to be
Okay,
the son.
you can be papa, I'll be son. Do you wanna do the narration or, could I? Should I? Oh.
I can go ahead and do the narration since you picked up the last story.
Alright, so this is The Promise, made by Tenors One.
All
Let's
right,
get
and we'll
into it.
get right into it.
Mhm.
The raft swayed gently with the weight of father's return. Peering from my window, I watched him move along the boardwalk in the moonlight. He cradled something in his arms. I hid beneath my sheets and waited for him to enter. My mother's wheezes rolled out like waves from her cot by the fire. The door groaned open, then shut. What did you see? Father asked. I did not answer. John, he hissed, closer. There's no honesty in silence. I pulled down the sheets to see an unrecognizable man, wilder and darker in the eyes.
You were carrying it. The Promise.
Father frowned, then slowly nodded. I don't want you to call it that anymore. It's just a box, like any other.
But
Sleep, and if you can't, just close your eyes. There's something I must do. He walked over to Mother's cot, then, pecking her on the forehead with a kiss, he brought a pillow to her face and pressed down until her hands fell away from his throat. Neither
front
of
of
us
your kid
slept.
too.
Yeah, yeah, that is
In front
absolutely brutal.
of your kid, my god.
Yeah, I mean the father is already a very dominating presence in here.
He's definitely a papa. Like he's a scary man.
I mean you're on a raft too, so you're just trapped on that
Oh
raft
yeah,
with.
it's like, oh, if I jump off, I'm gonna get eaten by like a goddamn megalodon. So I'd rather not. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah, no crazy hook. I'm fully bought. All right. Neither of us slept. In our cots, we stared at one another. My mother's yawning face in between. We waited for morning. It came with no answer. In silence, we dragged Mother onto the boardwalk, and Father allowed me to cry. The other families watched from their house rafts, but didn't approach. Just another casualty on top of the cropless seas. Besides, she was a witch. Isn't that what they'd all agreed when the rain started and didn't stop until the world was drowned? It was only when they saw me struggling to roll her into the water that some of the men came to help. Even then, the cowards were reluctant to touch her. Her body drifted away, a black mass of sickness upon the sun-spangled blue. Then, a gull landed and pecked at her face. I'm sorry, John, Father croaked, a gentle hand upon my shoulder. It was the only way to spare us. Wow, that is supremo fucking world
This
building.
this guy, like I'm imagining he's a little 7-year-old boy. He had to roll out his dead mom into the water. People were calling her a witch. Oh, brutal. He's gonna make no friends at raft school.
Yeah, he's definitely dateless to raft prom for sure.
Dude, if I was at raft school, I'd bully this kid. I'd be like, "Your mom's a witch and your dad smothered her right next to you."
Dead witch mom.
Dead mom, dead mom. Oh, this is so sad. Oh, there's a woman character. I'm gonna be the woman, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, you go ahead. We'll keep getting through it. The elders came that night, though only Mother Esther entered our home. The others waited with the waves. You've come to break bread, Mother, Father said. He tore a heel off of the loaf and placed it before me. I can spare it if you can do so us. Mother Esther did not sit. Instead, she fixed him with a look. Father encouraged me to eat.
Where is the box?
Silence.
The promise. Where is it?
It's no longer needed. Evelyn is dead. Mother Esther frowned.
I'm sorry, Adam. That is not enough. We require the promise.
Not enough? Father's voice quivered. The wets of his eyes burned gold. What do you mean, not enough? I did what you asked. The witch is gone. The blight will follow. Mother Esther's silence was her only retort, and it enraged him. He stood up. He stood. The table rattled, and I flinched. The promise, he said, eyes wild and baring all teeth, should not be looked upon. Mother Esther sighed, then shook her head.
I am sorry. Without it, you both shall be untethered.
I expected him to lunge at her, teeth gnashing and hands clawing, but he didn't. Instead, he folded to the floor and wept until Mother Esther left us with our newfound sorrow.
Man, Mother Esther is a cunt here.
That's what I'm
Holy.
saying.
It's
Mother Esther,
I love women characters, but Esther, they
I
just
mean,
lost wife and mom.
yeah, but I mean, Mother Esther, she's kind of a girl boss if you're thinking about it, though. I mean, they got
Oh,
this raft colony
she's
floating
mommy
around.
Esther. She's
She's
mommy
she's doing
Esther.
what she's got to do. I mean, I doubt it's easy to get grub going when you're floating around on a big pile of water. So I mean,
Do you think
sometimes
that they have
sometimes you got to
to
call a hit on a
swim
witch, you
over?
know?
Like, do you think they have to swim over in their thick ass robes to like make their like? Do you think Mother Esther is just like soaking wet as she's telling them to get the fuck off their raft island thing?
I bet how like the Pope has a Pope mobile. There's like a Mother Esther
Oh,
dinghy,
oh yeah,
like a
shit.
Mama dinghy. Yeah, Mama Schiff.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, no, Mother Esther, not a fan of this woman. I like the character, but she's being a little rude.
Mhm,
All right, and we'll keep going here. I think we've got just two more sections.
mhm.
It was not long before the floating village was a speck against the bruising sky. They'd been so quick to abandon us, our rigging cut and house raft pushed off before I'd finished my bread. We were alone, our home swollen with father's guilt, our cots turned away from that damned box. I trembled as I promised not to open it. I know not what scared me most, the unknown terrors within, or father's desperation in his eyes. We slowly starved, licked at the breadcrumbs from the floor, and slept through the days. Father's mind grew sick. At night, I would see him sat before the box, weeping and whispering to it. Then, each morning, in thinking I was asleep, he'd hide it inside our largest cooking pot. As a means of redemption for our family, he'd been sent in search of land and to return with evidence of hope. In doing so, it seemed he had found something too awful for us to learn. As the days dragged on, father grew weaker and thinner. Despite my persistence, he refused the last of our water. At times, I wondered if his body bore the burden of something beyond starvation and grief. In those murky hours, I almost convinced myself that the box lid opened to father's words and revealed him a slither of unimaginable darkness. Tiny fingers, black as night, wrapped around the box lid, determined to pry it open and allow a horror to escape. He pleaded to the promise, begged for forgiveness through threads of spit, bowed and wept within its outstretched shadow.
God damn tenors! Woo! So I've
Yeesh.
already read it, but I'm like, this is like I'm imagining on this raft and it's dark and it's, it's this little boy's dream of just like the image of fingers inside the box trying to pull it open,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I mean
It's just
that's a killer image. And
it's
just
so good.
the boy watching his father just wither
It
away and become
it is a
a
little crazy that they put the 7-year-old on the boat with this guy. Like he couldn't have found like a nice foster family?
that's what I'm
Couldn't have,
saying. No, they just
oh,
I
I
mean
guess
that's
it's
another
'cause
mouth to feed, so I guess they just wanted
yeah, I
to
guess
cut
it's
him
like he
loose.
doesn't have any friends, so my
But I
god.
mean, Tenner's writing here really shines through. It's
Oh,
timeless in a way that a story like this kind of needs to be. You know, it's
he doesn't
just a place
he doesn't
completely separate.
explain. Like, he doesn't have to, because it's like, okay, we get it. They're on a raft. We see, the Adam, the Eve, which we'll talk about later. But like, you can understand the plot with such little words, and I like that the section breaks. They're not needed, but what they do is it's like they're filling in time so that this is not like a step by step, like this day, this day, this day. It's like you can imagine that time is passing for like the council to deliberate and Mother Esther to appear before this family and stuff. You know what I mean? And it's like it just makes it so sad that this child is stuck on this freaking raft with his weird father
Yeah, who he watched strangle his mother at the very beginning of the story,
who
like
we
within a
watched
couple
strangle his mother. Do you
sentences.
think you think this kid's gonna grow up to be a healthy, happy lad?
At this point in the story, I'm not sure the kid's gonna grow up at all, but we'll keep going. All right. Then, on the seventh morning of our solitude, Father shook me awake and buzzed with a strange energy. John, he said, with a feverish grin, you must see this. Blinking against the light, I sat up. He held the box out to me.
What is it?
Look inside. He placed the promise on my lap. I shook my head. He laughed and playfully tousled my hair. Such a good boy. I know I asked you not to.
Mods, clip that, clip that.
How dare you?
Okay,
Don't get a
sorry.
bats. Please don't do a good boy counter on this episode. That's
Clip
the
that. Use
only
it as
good boy.
use it as a sound bite. Oh, I'm sorry, Tenors. Oh my god, you did that on purpose. Oh my god, that's lovely sound bite there.
And now I've got to read it again because I'm taking the paragraph from the top. He laughed and playfully tousled my hair. Such a good boy.
Yeah.
I know I asked you not to, but I've been speaking with your mother, and she's filled this box with her salvation. I'd like you to join me in this moment of good fortune. I looked at him again, though I saw no lies in his eyes. Bars. Slowly, I opened the box, gazed upon our future, and wept. See? The madman danced around. Your mother has gifted us the dirt of our promised land. Think of the crops we can grow, the home we can build. He cackled, then beckoned to me to return the promise. Please, let me gaze upon it once more. With the heaviness of the surrounding seas, I passed the empty box back.
Oh me, crap! You did such good voice acting there. Might I
Well,
just say? When you said that C, I turned down my computer. I was like, oh, this is a crazy man saying this.
thank you, thank you. Well, it was easy. It was easy with the way this story is written. I mean, it's just got
Oh, it's
such a flow to it. It's really a joy
It's just
to
I
get
mean,
through.
I can totally see the interpretation of the promise not being literally anything. Like it's literally just an empty box, and all these people are just looking for meaning in this obviously terrible world. You know what I mean?
And I mean, it's almost, I mean, it creates this thing where, I he banishes his son and him from the colony for the sake of not handing over this box that's filled with dirt. It's almost as if like just the idea of the promise is more important to him than their survival. I mean, it's, built up to be this entity or horrific thing, and it's just the certainty of a land and of a time that's no longer.
Well, there's very I commented on this on the story, but there's biblical tones to it where
Hmm.
it's the great flood, obviously. Now it's the remaining humans living upon it. I don't know why this random lady is the Eve of this world. Poor Evelyn, but she's sick. And it's like, sure, she might be being cursed from looking upon the promise. She's probably been just on a raft on the ocean for days or weeks or months. You know what I mean? Like, that's gotta make you
Oh yeah,
sick. And it's
yeah. I
like,
mean,
they're not gonna have medical care. So
I
it's
mean,
like, okay, well, she's fucked, you know?
yeah,
And then this
it's
guy,
not a great
you know,
situation for sure.
mhm. And this little boy, this poor kid, his dad is just sick and crazy in the head, and he just kind of has to cope with it, I guess. He's gonna die, which poor boy, poor John. He is not
Yeah,
surviving the month. I don't unless he eats his dad. You know. Hope he does. Tenors, let us know. Is he gonna eat his dad?
yeah. We need
Is he
the
just
Eating the Dead sequel. We need
yeah?
even more
Yes, thank you.
bleakness. I mean, the way I
Oh
read it,
yeah.
it was almost like I read it like Viking Waterworld. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of what my brain saw the entire time. That's where like the
He
Mother Esther kind of makes
wait.
sense
There's
for
a
me.
comment. Lime said it's Salem Witch Trials meets Waterworld. I don't know what Waterworld is. What's Waterworld?
Waterworld is a fantastic post-apocalyptic movie. It's essentially Mad Max on dinghies, if I were to describe it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome.
So
What's
yeah,
that's so cool.
it definitely
Oh
gave
my
me,
god.
but more, I guess like yeah, Salem witch trials makes sense. More like folky and this superstition and just
Well, it's
the
interesting because
idle dread.
we don't get a time for when this story takes place. Like realistically, like yes, the stories were in English. You can imagine this being an ancient tongue or whatever. You can imagine this being taken in the 1900s or in the 2000s or literally right now. You know what I mean? It's just this is very clearly something real bad has happened. And I like that Tenners doesn't explain it. You know what I mean? Like there is no reason why this is this great flood thing. People are obviously thinking it's biblical tones, but if you think of it as a modern perspective, it's interesting to see how quickly they go to, accusing this woman, Evelyn, of being a witch.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I mean, I don't know, just really enjoyed that story. I think Tenners did a great job
Oh,
building
it's
out
just
that world.
tenors for even our one of our earlier prompt contests. It's like every time he puts out a story, it's just so good, and it makes me angry, makes me hate him because I'm like, how are you so talented at so many things? You evil British man. You just got to remember he's British, so you know.
That's why it's because of
Oh,
the lack of cuisine. It means that he has to cook up in other ways.
oh, that's so.
Sorry.
That was a mighty good story, oh chap. That was a
Oh
great.
yeah, bloody brilliant, I'd say. Bloody
Oh, it's,
brilliant.
uh,
Right.
that
And
was
then
that
I
was Bear's honorable mention. Now we got Nate. Nate's honorable mention by CV Plant. Ah! Oh my god! Yay! CV, great person. Oh, love chatting them. You know what I mean? And it's so good to see people because like a lot of the time, they post your friends and stuff, and even people you don't know,
Mhm.
and there's a lot to read through. You know what I mean?
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, just reading this story, so good. It's so good, and it's so sad, and it's so woman core, and it's like, ugh, this is somebody's life. in this story. Like this is genuinely the world that somebody is living in. Oh my gosh. Have you read
Yeah,
it yet? The Fragmentation Bog?
yeah, no, this will be the last of the ones that I've yet to read. Oh no, that's not true because I also haven't read Events, but I have
Yep.
not read this one, but I am very excited, especially the way you describe it. I love it when somebody can take, you know, a grounded kind of real lived life and throw it in some kind of horror setting. So I'm
Well,
excited to see how it pans out.
Well, CV, left a comment and they told this story was pulled from the want of people pleasing, which I don't feel at all because I don't like most people. So I don't really look to make them happy, unfortunately. Um, but it's like you can feel like just such good. Like when I think I'll narrate it just because it's a woman.
Hmm.
I assume it's a woman because, you know, Pilates. I've never met a man who does Pilates.
Oh,
But,
you got to stretch.
yeah. It's really good, so I think we're just gonna get into it right now.
All right,
Gonna
I'm ready when you are.
drink I got a 2-liter thing of Diet Coke right now to prep me for these stories, so let me just take a drink.
Oh yeah, you go ahead. I'm absolutely crushing a Diet Dew right now. I apologize to any listeners if you can hear me slurping up my Mountain Dew. I'm trying my best to be quiet.
Hey, it's ASMR.
And now for anxiety pilled ASMR.
Now for Fragmentation Bog by CV Plant.
All right.
I often found myself in different boxes to fit others' desires. My parents, my peers, even my lovers. I would contort myself, chiseling away at my personhood. I would do anything for approval. I was non existent. I had no thoughts I formed on my own. I chose the career path counselors said was smart. I made the right kind of friends, the kind where you are constantly treading upon the surface throughout the ebb and flow of small talk. I married the man whom everyone picked, the right choice. Little did anyone know that he just further boxed me in. Little whispers, small words. My posture was never right, my nose too angled. My conversational habits too boring. The porridge was always too hot and too cold, and I was never just right. It was my fault when I began finding the signs, panties stuffed between car cushions, charges not adding up on our bank statements, women whose photos were drenched in lust across his phone. It was always my fault. I was too hard to contain, and I was too small to properly fill up space. Fear of rejection haunted me. If I left, what would be the reasoning? I wasn't anyone, but through others, I became someone. But when a heart desires to be, does there need to be a defining straw that broke the camel's back? Maybe it was the way the clock ticked slowly. A migraine was ebbing behind my tired eyes as I stared at the meaningless dotting my screen. It was the Pilates reminder that lit up my screen. The smiling faces of my husband and I on our wedding day glaring at me. If anyone had taken the time, made the effort, perhaps they would have seen the vacant eyes of the bride. I always hated Pilates. At least that's what I told myself as I wrangled my keys from my purse. It was a band aid for the truth. So, with my wallet and phone, I left that version of me behind.
I kind
I
of want to
drove.
stop here and talk
Oh,
about it for a little bit if that's
yeah,
okay.
of
Because God,
course.
that is a killer intro. I mean, it's steeped in so much like human honesty. I feel like it's not
It's
dressing anything up or trying to
mm,
be poetic. It's just being honest and being
it's sad.
upset and that. Yeah.
It's very sad, and you know, as a woman, as a female, I find in horror not a lot of stories that are about the female perspective on things, but this
Hmm.
is just sad because this is somebody's life right now. Like you just know that somebody is like looking at their goddamn Pilates reminder, their husband is cheating on them, they don't have any friends, they don't like their family, they don't even know who they are as a person, and they're just stuck there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
Um,
the modern tragedy of mundanity and just that self prison that you can really feel seeping through
well,
kind
because
of the heart of
it's
this.
I see a lot when people say in horror especially, like if you're going to have your character living a quote unquote bad life, there's going to be some abuse, there's going to be verbal violence, there's going to be poverty, there's going to be struggle. I've done that for my stories before. Like that's just like a common thing that you do. Everybody has it. I like that this story just adds a different. This seems like it's set up like this is a woman's quote unquote picture perfect life where she lives in the suburbs and she goes to Pilates and she has a decent job and she has a husband who makes a ton of money. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And it's like I feel like that just makes it so what's the word? Like imagine like if this was a short film in my head, it would have like a really gray colored filter on, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's just really grounded and unadorned, I guess would be the way I'd put it. Be that
Mhm.
it's just very, very raw in its emotional presentation, and I think that works a lot. And it's not, making it out to be any grander than anything else, or it's not, ruminating on being a victim. It's more so just somebody talking through their experience of what it's like to live that way.
But you know what? Let me actually just look at how many words CV actually used for this section cuz I just want to talk about this a little bit. Why is my computer not working? Oh my god.
Better
Computer.
yours than mine right now.
Oh
OBS,
fuck,
are you
okay.
holding on down there?
Computer is not working right now, but what I will say is this has got to be less than 300 words. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
this has got to be less than 200. And you've already were able to make us talk about this for like a few minutes of just like such a good hopeless setup, I think. And it's
I
like
mean,
to get this done.
even just like as a narrative like structure. I mean, you could cut out that section and it could be a prose poem by itself, just the way that it so kind of eloquently frames this life, you know.
Yeah, 336 words, and you've already made me really, really sad. All right, so good job, CV, for that. We're about to get driving, so feel free to stop whenever you need. Feel free to stop whenever you want to chat.
I same goes for you too.
I drove and drove until the morning grays turned into a purple hue dotted with white glimmering lights. No high reward without risk, right? But decisions made in haste seldom result in practical goodness. Who knew a nail in the road would cause such a catastrophic result? As I sat on the hood of a car whose coloring led to metal and night becoming one, my freckled shoulders radiated like the stars above in the orange glow of my hazards. I felt as unbound as the lights above me, possibility radiating in front of me. It was naive excitement, the urge to rebel against the confines that I and the world had placed upon me, that led me to climb into the passenger seat of the truck of a man I didn't know. A car seat and glimmering wedding band beckoned me in. I don't remember much after he brandished the gun. Do as I say, and you'll be okay. A mantra repeated until I awoke. My cocky, my cock, my,
Taki
my
go boom
khaki,
boy.
my. I think that was meant to be the lady saying, "But do as I say, and you'll be okay." But it
Hmm.
was a man there. My khakis soaked in pond slick. My throat felt tight. My eyes itched. In front of me sat a box. A putrid yet tantalizing scent, like a popsicle left in the hot Georgian sun, emanating from the scum covered, water soaked cardboard. And I, like a man desperate to reach the mirage, staggered forth, shaky hands ripping it apart, until I saw myself I could see the little gold stud earrings my dad won in some carnival game glimmering amongst the black swarm of files. Flies? Files? I'd been molded once again, and rot clung to the billowing yellow and red viscera that clung to my bloated skin. The flies sung and crooned in love above my breasts as their young wriggled in the places that once held skin and muscle. They found sanctuary inside my split open limbs, my bones shining like the stars that night. The marrow sucked clean, they feasted upon my gray matter that held no value in life. I screamed, but no sound came out. Instead, waves of maggots and plant matter poured forth. As they hit my skin, the plants rooted and sank deeper and deeper into me. The maggots spun happy little circles around my hands. Burrowing themselves in, they slowly itched their way up my veins until they ate their way into the fabric of my soul. I can feel them in my chest. They're rejoicing. They find comfort in me, experience their first loves, first mistakes, take some risks, and get lost within the expanses of me. But some find their way, they emerge anew, push their way forth from the space between my tear ducted skin. I can feel it as their transformative wings beat rapidly, their spindly legs clawing into the pulp of my eye, blood splattering my sclera as they are reborn and make merry with their kin above the rotting cardboard and personhood. I've tried running, digging, bashing my head until the gray matter that held no substance in life splatters across the embankment's edge. But I always reform. I am always who I was before. All that could have been deteriorates in front of me. I held my face, run my thumb along my cheek, even as my skin slowly slipped away like a gardening glove slick with sweat on a hot summer's day. I held my potential close as the aroma of decay wafted forth. As I stare at myself in the cardboard that holds me, I realize not much has changed between the flesh that once held me and who I am now. A nobody.
Golly.
Uh, oh god, that's sad. Oh, that's sad.
Yeesh. God, that is brutal. I mean, I have one, I love body horror. I love reading it. I love writing it. And to me, kind of the essence of body horror has always been like the most efficient way to kind of illustrate a person's fragility, like a
Well,
fragility and insecurity, and kind of turning it inside out. And I don't know, I think that CV Plath did an incredible job here, just building those images and just tying that with the entry, the very human entry to the very, you know, inhuman climax there. It's just
well,
really
because
interesting.
we see a lot, as I was judging. There's a lot of story, and nothing against these stories. I love reading them. I'm a huge fantasy. I love seeing scary, creepy monsters. I love seeing crazy things. But I think the reason why Fragmentation Bog really sticks out to me is because like this is just a very good character driven horror where it's
Mhm.
obviously this woman is unsatisfied in her life. Her husband's cheating on her. She doesn't have friends. She doesn't like her job, so she just drives. She goes and then she gets into an accident, but that's fine. She still feels like this is something new. It's a break from her life. And then guess who ruins it? Guess what ruins it? Man with fat, guess. A man. A man. No. What? No. No. Every time I see a man in a horror story, I say no. Get away, please. And he says, "Do as I say and you'll be okay." I don't think she was okay. I
Yeah,
really don't.
that doesn't sound like okay.
Well, what I appreciate is that nothing's said, and that makes it worse. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? It's something I put in, my stories. It's something I see a lot of good authors do where it's like sometimes what's worse than knowing what happens is speculating on it. And it's like whatever happened, she was a dead woman in a lake, so you can obviously imagine that she didn't have a great time. Something terrible happened. And then, it's not explained why. It's like you can interpret it as like a ghost, still tethered to the lack of life that they got to live. And it's like, imagine feeling and seeing yourself decay into bones,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah, I mean
And
that's
it's like
that's absolutely brutal. And I mean
maggots
to
crawling out of her eye as well. Fuck, it's brutal. It is brutal to imagine little bugs coming out of your oh fuck,
I mean
nasty.
your skin slipping away like a gardening glove slick with sweat on a hot summer's day. That's disgustingly awesome.
That was a great sentence, might I just say. A lot of S sounds, which I love. I love little alliteration stuff like that, especially because I got a little lisp. So like when I talk, it's like my skin slowly slipped away, and it's like, oh,
Lots of slippery, slimy words.
it's hey, I had this talk with one of our friends, Kitty. Do you know Kitty?
I don't think so. No, that would have been somebody who's eluded
She
me
hasn't
so
been
far.
she hasn't been active as much lately, but she said a really effective way that like kind of creeps people out, which is what I notice is like when people use words that are like kind of smutty, dare I say, in their horror, it's really effective. And the word slick, disgusting word. Disgusting. But I like that it's used here. I that ending is so sad. Like, no, girl, you're a maggot colony. You aren't a nobody. You're basically a planet Earth for all these little maggots. Which
Yeah, you're your own ecosystem, and that's pretty damn cool.
I wish that I'm sad that it's also worse that she never got found. Like little
Yeah.
missing persons report. This is obviously. I might be stereotypical. I'm imagining just like white woman, just the most basic one you've ever met in your
Well, not
life.
anymore, probably.
No,
Sorry.
now she's a boggy,
Sorry.
maggot-covered, flesh-bloated river body, and she got shoved into a cardboard box, which sucks. You ever read Lovely Bones?
Mm-mm. No, I haven't.
It's reminding me of Lovely Bones in all the right ways, because both of those, like, this story is just, it sickens me a little bit, and I'm so angry at all the male character. I hope all those maggots were women,
Oh yeah,
female
and I mean,
maggots.
back to your point about her not being found. Like I do love me a cleanly rounded narrative, but I mean sometimes it's almost more grounded and realistic to have it
Well,
be
it sort of
that.
reiterates her worst fear, you know?
Yeah.
Nobody did find her. Nobody cared enough to try. And it's like, okay, realistically, they would have found her car, right? Nobody checked the I'm assuming nearby lake. Nobody tried finding her, and it's like to be missing and never found and to be killed in such a what I'm mad like a bad way. It's like it's really really sad.
Yeah, I mean, completely brutal. And I mean, hats off to CV
Yeah.
Plath. That was
It
really really effective. I mean, I felt that whole ending section in my stomach, and it's really just churned me around.
I'm just so those were our honorable mentions, those three. So I'll just say all of them again. I'll tell you their authors. Please, please, please go check them out. Give them upvotes, all right, because they deserve it. You should also give me and Man with Fat upvotes because we both wrote stories for this one. So if you want to drop us
Yeah,
up.
and I mean, it wouldn't be fair to everybody else if they were on the episodes. So I mean, they're out there if you guys want to check them
Yeah,
out.
go check it out. If you search up the box in Anxiety Pilled, you'll find all the stories under the tag. Please go check them out. But from Caber, 3600, we had From the Files of Site B5-39, A Box of Beauty. From Tenors 1, we had The Promise. And from CV Plath, we had Fragmentation Bog. Now are you ready to get into third place? Drum roll, editing sound.
Oh, I'm so ready. I'll
The
click it when you're
box!
ready.
The Box! It's called The
Boom.
Box, and it's by Savings Cut 34. 6'5". Also Colin. Didn't know. It's from savings. And guys, people in the audience right now, I'm letting you know this shit is nasty. All right?
Oh,
It'll
it
put
is. It
a
is a nasty.
bad it is the only story I think out of all the ones I read where when I was reading it, I actually like had that like pulled back like kind of repulsive look on my face, you know what I mean?
Same here, and I mean, I got to read it a little early too, which was very exciting. This is
Mhm.
the first story today that I have already read, so I'm very
Oh,
excited to get
perfect.
back into it. I think Savings Cut or Colin, they've got a really killer sense with descriptions and body horror, and I'm really stoked to see that he made it up onto the third spot because it's a really great
Oh,
story that deserves the platform.
well, the first, third, and second spots, I think all of them had literally a 1 point gap.
Hmm.
Like I think all of them were just so incredibly close. Like guy, I'm telling you in the audience, it was absolutely insane how good like these stories were. Um and this one, there's a little lady protagonist if you want to be the dad in the box,
Yeah, I can be the creepy box dad.
little papa.
Papa
Um
box.
so just called The Box, and oh, getting into it. I'm so excited. So, third
Yeah.
place for winner here. Let's get into it.
Do you want
Actually,
me
wait, let
to?
me.
I can do the narration on this one since you did the last one, and then we can
Yeah,
swap
yeah,
on
yeah.
the
Actually,
dialogue
yeah,
there.
that'd be nice. That way I can just chill for a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right. Well, we'll get right into it. The Box by Savings Cut 3465. Sandwiched between old cracked brick buildings, a thick mist of exhaust steams in the freezing air, precluding the alley views from the streets. If one were to wade through the clouds of gassy white steam, they would find me caring for my father in our makeshift home. The crash of metal against metal and the scent of waste carried on the freezing January wind told me that dinner was ready. I sluggishly emerged from my damp box and made my way to the dumpster. Standing over it, the smell of spoiled food was pungent, causing my eyes to water, which I wiped away before it could freeze over my face. Slimy gray water mixed with chunks of sour milk caked onto my arm, congealing on my skin as I rummaged for anything edible. I scooped a handful of soft, wet lettuce and a few loose, foul smelling shrimp and sat in front of the box, placing the food into it. A hand reached from deep within it and pulled the scraps into the box's carnivorous mouth. Thank you, my dear. A tired and
Great voice
raspy
acting.
voice.
Great
Thank you.
job. Great job already. Sorry, just had to say it. You fucking nailed it. Good job.
Well,
Wow.
actually,
Wow.
we can go ahead and talk through the intro here because that was a condensed puppy there for setting the
Yeah.
stage for this story. I mean, two
I was gonna say
paragraphs.
wet lettuce, soft wet lettuce, put me in hell. All right, I would. I cannot stand wet like like hot lettuce on. Oh, just
Oh,
nasty.
yeah, me with like if I'm having like a cheeseburger with lettuce, it needs to be eaten like immediately as soon as lettuce gets warm. That is a no-go in my book. And honestly, the
Yeah,
scariest thing we've read so far today is the idea of
I'm
hot wet
actually
lettuce.
like I got chills seeing that, and also just shrimp. Like it's fine for maybe 30 seconds, and then if it gets like even a teeny bit warm, run. You know, like
Oh
that is
yeah, them sour
terrifying.
shrimps, disgusting.
But then you get this cool
Disgusting.
visual of, I'm imagining it's kind of an old, and I don't think this is a very big box, but there's somebody in there. And just their
Hmm.
hand reaches out. I'm not do you know anything that's like a visual for that? Like just hand from the darkness and it's wrinkled and it's thin and gang. Oh, it's just creepy to think about, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100. Yeah, I mean just the thought of the hand kind of all withered and tired and gross and slopping up all
Tired,
the wet
raspy
lettuce and
voice.
smelling shrimps.
Ugh, what a life. Oh, there I forgot that the girl was a woman. Oh, okay. I get to I'll be a lady here for here. Do you just want to take it from
Yeah, I'll take
your
it
one
from
of
a
your
hand
paycheck.
reached from deep. All right.
Mhm.
A hand reached from deep within it and pulled the scraps into the box's carnivorous mouth. Thank you, my dear. A tired and raspy voice called from its depths.
Of course, Dad. Eat up.
Wet slopping noises rang out from the back of the box. Why weren't you here yesterday, Rebecca? I felt blood reach to my face at this question, dully thawing my frozen nerves.
Well, I was handling some business.
What business? All of our business is right here.
Well, maybe I don't want to spend the rest of my life here.
What are you saying? You want to leave our home? Abandon me? I'll starve without you.
I wouldn't let you starve. I was at a job interview. Dad, if I can get this, I'll be able to get us real food.
Real food. The food that's gotten you where you are in life, that fed you every day since your mother left. That's not real enough for you?
It's not like that, Dad. Please, I just want more out of life for both of us.
I felt tears welling in my eyes. So I'm not enough for you?
Dad,
Then fucking leave. Leave me here to die. Go chase your stupid fucking dreams. And when they fail, come back here and throw my corpse into that dumpster. The tears were in full stream now. I tried to stop them. I could feel them crystallizing as they rolled down my cheeks.
that isn't fair. I can't live my whole life like this.
I'm sorry. I understand, dear. Just do your father the favor of lying with him one last time.
Yuck! Yuck!
Uh,
Yuck! Tomato
uh,
sauce! Tomato sauce reference. I freaking. Oh god, it's such a nasty thing. The wording of that is what makes it nasty.
oh yeah,
Of
yeah, and I mean, it's,
this whole thing. Also, Dad is such a bum. May I just say, your daughter goes to get a job interview, and you'd rather eat warm, soft lettuce and like rotting shrimp than like a burger.
oh yeah, and I mean, this dad is just so good at being like the
He's in the
quintessential
box this
ball
whole
and chain parent.
he's in the box this whole time, and it's like I'm just imagining how fucking nasty this guy must look. And, this girl, I'm imagining she's not very old, you know?
Hmm.
Like, I can't imagine this is like a 30-year-old woman living with her dad, Like, I imagine
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
thinking like
rather
late
young.
teens, early 20s.
Yeah, like late teens, early 20s is what I'm picturing here. And it's like they're dirty, they're in an alley, maybe it's raining. It's just a very miserable thing. And then do your father the favor. Ugh, gross.
I
Gross.
had it's so gross, and I mean, it's just
No, but
it's
it's
really
gonna get grosser.
interesting, like
It is
developing
gonna
that.
get gross.
Oh yeah, it's only gonna get gnarlier from here, but like really just building up that dichotomy that only really a parent and their kid can have, where this father is just completely pathetic and worthless, but still has this,
Well,
pull and
it's
influence and effect over his daughter that she's,
well,
unable to shake from because of that generational guilt.
I've written stories like that, and I've read stories like that, and things with dependency are such good explanations for horror because you'll get into scenarios where it's like just as a hypothetical thing, if this was a story where it's like, oh, I saw a black box in the middle of the road and I went to open it. The first question on everybody's mind is, well, why would you do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why would you open this crazy creepy box? Why would you go to the sewer, Georgie? There was a clown in there. You know what I mean? Like they don't have logic. This when you introduce like dependency and especially with parental and family dynamics, it completely negates whatever common sense you'd have because this is her dad. Like she doesn't
Hmm.
want to leave him. She doesn't want to see him starve. She just wants more out of life than, eating warm, wet lettuce. Um, oh, Garrett.
Oh yeah, I mean, family's bound to is the one good way to make people make, I guess, bad decisions to benefit the people that they care
People
about.
people do stupid shit for the people they love. It's unfortunate. That's why I don't love anybody. I hate everyone, and that way I will never ever fall victim to it.
And that's why you're a champion, top
That's
champion.
why, yeah. I'm just waiting till one of the mods changes my name to like top poop or something, and I have to change my Alexander the Great profile picture and go
And
back to
be top shit,
top shit, yeah.
top shit, top
we,
shit.
we ready to
Yeah,
oh,
we'll keep it rolling.
nurse.
But yeah, that was a hellish little dialogue, real tummy ache of a feller that is.
Oh, it's gonna get worse. Oh, like
A
I'm
dirty.
excited. I know how nasty it is, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna keep trugging.
Mhm.
A dirty brown arm extended out of the black, gaping mouth of the old box, trembling and weak with a strong, musty smell. The decrepit old hand wrapped around my wrist, moist and oozing, foul-smelling water, squeezing from its meager grip as he pulled me to my knees in front of it. I didn't want to pull against him and hurt him, so I allowed the weak old man to guide me forward. The familiar stench of blood. My eyes watered as pungent sweat and rot wafted to me thick and hot. His hands caressed my cheek, my frozen nerves tingling as his warm, damp fingers ran down them, offering brief respite from the biting cold but inevitably worsening my chills when his affections are pulled away. The box's floor was soft, wet, and warm, the thick liquid seeming to pulse under my palm with a wet, slushing noise. I could vaguely see his face at the end of the tunnel. Black mold freckled his nose. His eyes looked lonely and desperate, and there was a tear on his left cheek, exposing ribbed musculature dripping black blood. I laid down, feeling the sprawling web of thick fat veins pumping underneath me, sending waves of vibration through the muddy bed. The floor seemed to hug around the contours of my body, giving me more warmth than I was used to.
It feels warm, Dad.
Anything for my princess. Uh, I tried to move, to adjust my body and get comfortable, but when I did, I felt a thin layer of paper bind around my arms.
Dad? What's going on?
I pulled my arms and ripped the damp paper, but before I could move, it had already formed over again, thicker now. Shh, dear. Don't make this harder on Daddy than it needs to be.
Soundbite! 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 Thank you very much. Oh, it's so gross! Oh my God.
Oh, oh, brutal.
Do you want to? Sorry, I totally cut you off there.
No, it's
Oh,
okay. You just knew you were gonna make me read it again.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll I'll pick it back up. We can stop here a little bit because we're in the thick.
It's yeah, it's rough. It's rough reading this. I know that I'm not the best judge because I make jokes about it all the time, right? So maybe everybody is just gonna say, "Oh, of course, it's top saying this, of course." Weird incest vibe here. There is a weird energy, and I do not like it. It's so gross. I hate
Clip
it
that.
so much.
Clip that top incest mention. Clip that.
It's first episode on the podcast. I've already brought it up, of course.
It's okay. We got one top mention and two man with fat daddy sound bites. So
uh,
all right, picking it back up from the top of that
yeah.
that horrific line. Shh, dear. Don't make this any harder on Daddy than it needs to be.
What are you doing to me?
The box's opening closed before its roof began to come down on me rapidly, as if someone had thrown a weight onto the top of the box. My breathing began to spike, and my heart was racing as the walls of the box began tightening around my body, turning me into a paper mache mummy. It began fitting around my face, suffocating, blocking my nostrils, and I tried to scream, but as I did, I felt a thick, long shaft of cardboard press into my mouth, painfully unhinging my jaw with a sickening crunch. Musty paper overwhelmed my senses. Tears and snot were pressed against my face and forced back into my nostrils and mouth. I started to vomit, feeling it narrowly seep down my obstructed throat, giving me the taste of rotten vegetables. I felt it sliding deeper inside of me, pressing the burning vomit into my mouth deeper inch by inch as it squeezed against my esophagus. I felt it break through into my stomach, painfully poking around, stretching the tissue as it tries to find the exit. I stretched my intestines taut as it continued rooting inside of me, painfully warping them as it made jagged bends to turn down their path. It took its serpentine path around my intestines until the dark around my vision gave way to light as the box fully submerged itself inside of my body. I ended up getting that job. Dad enjoys all the new and fresh foods I'm able to give him.
Nasty. Ah, oh, so good. It's the same thing as with fragmentation bog, where I think the use of the word shaft is fucking terrifying.
God, yeah, yeah,
It's
just
there's a weird overtone. And it just makes it worse. And for 1,000 words, we had to stop 4 times, I think, because of how nasty this story was.
oh
Like
yeah.
it's great is the thing I'll say. It's an amazing, amazing story from Savings here because it's like 1,000 words and you did that. You did all that with just 1,000 words. Uh
And don't
oh
exactly
god,
quote me on this. I think this is actually quite a bit shorter than 1,000 words. I think it's closer to
weird.
like
I got
670 to like 700.
I got a tab open where I can check the word count, so I'll just
Maybe I'm wrong on that. I
oh,
just feel
no,
like I remember it.
it's 900. It's like 998 words.
Okay, yeah, I'm dumb then. I don't know why I thought that, but it's such a I mean, so many dense, stacked descriptions on top of each other, but it doesn't flow in a weird way. I mean, even reading through
Oh,
it, I mean, I had a blast just working my way through the prose. And I mean, such a killer use of the box prompt itself and
mhm.
of just making it this physical manifestation of parental dependency and just really just getting up in my stomach. It made me feel sick, some of those descriptions in the
It's
latter
just
half.
like I really love in horror when they go hard on the senses, you know what I mean? Because sometimes, be like, "Oh my god, he twisted my arm off." And it's like, "Okay, you
I
don't
mean,
seem too bothered about it." This story goes hard in like this is fucking rank. Like you would walk down this alley and you'd say, "Holy fuck, something stinks down there." Like it's terrible. And you can just imagine like a rotting wet box that's like the bottom is damp and shit. Oh my god, it's just so gross. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, I mean, just a story you can smell, and I mean that in the worst
Yeah.
and best ways possible. And the
It's
craziest
I
thing is the caliber of this competition. This is third place, and we're already here.
this
I
is
mean, it's
third place. This is a great fucking story. Oh my god. I remember reading this and all the judges thought that this was fucking like and I will keep saying nasty because it's better it's the perfect way to describe it. It's sickening, it's gross, and it's like oh god, it's sick. I just get a chill down my spine thinking like this poor woman, and she got all that card. And also, the dad is such a freak, bro. The
oh
dad
yeah.
enjoys all the new and fresh foods you were able to give him. Why couldn't you just let her get the job then? Why did you have to
Yeah,
merge with
wait.
her through the evil cardboard box? Like,
I'm an
oh,
evil stomach tummy box.
it's It's the worst thing is just the image of the box like suffocating her and going down her throat and like she's
Yeah,
trying to vomit but the cardboard is like almost soaking it up. It's just like oh, it's just so good.
disgusting
Um
and beautiful all at the same time. And I think the day
I don't know
before I
about
read
beautiful
this for the
here.
first time, I
I
had
don't know
watched
about beautiful.
both of the Hellraiser movies, the first two,
Mhm.
and the dad gives me big Uncle Frank vibes.
I've never seen Hellraiser's the one with Pinhead, right?
Yeah, it's a good one. That's a
I've
good
I've
set of
seen
them.
the kill counts for it, but I've never seen the actual movies themselves. But this does seem this is actually like top 5 kill me now, would never wanna live in this scenario where it's like, "Hey, you get $1,000,000, but this has to happen to you? No thanks.
Well, I mean,
I'm fine.
and at the end of the story, it's not like she dies or this is some final climax in her life. It's just
No,
she's
he
got to keep
ate
going
her."
business as usual with her father inside of her tummy.
It's, I've been getting into Demon Slayer lately, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
'Cause I'm like whatever, it's a great show.
Yeah, that's cool.
Um, and they have these 2 demon characters, and what's really cool about that is that one of them is inside the other one. So when she loses, she's like, "Yo, come help me out." And then he fucking crawls out of her back and shit, and it's so gross as like an image. I love character designs like that because it's just so
Yeah,
of like,
yeah, it's pretty
there's
sweet.
somebody else just inside you. And it's worse here because it's like, oh my, like it's forced, you know? There's definitely an assault tone that you could see in this story of like he
Hmm.
like forced himself down her throat and shit. Like it's really fucking hard to read. I'm quite glad that you narrated it because it's freaking
Yeah, it's
oh,
real nasty.
but we love the story. Love the
Oh, big
story. Of
ups.
course. Of course. Like
I'd consider calling a buddy of mine, and this is a check out his other work also. By the way, he's got
oh yeah.
another story called Dog Show, a longer one called Feeder. Both great fucking
Fucking
little
feeder?
pieces of body
Oh,
horror.
that is oh god, that's gonna be nasty. I love when someone can do body horror right. It's it's god, it's I think ever since I saw The Thing when I was a kid, John Carpenter's,
Hmm.
it's like that it's so dehumanizing. Body horror is what it is. And we're learning about it in psychology where people like they just think they're invulnerable to things. Like death isn't going to happen to them. Harm isn't going to happen to them. Like nothing bad is going to happen. And it's like body horror is just such a disgusting, slimy sort of horror that I love so much because it really pushes the extent of what somebody can go through. And I like what you said earlier. This bitch just goes to work after. She gets the
Hmm.
job. And it's like her dad's probably chilling in there being like, "Oh, give me my lettuce." And it's like, "Oh, you you sick bastard."
You
Oh
nasty
god.
man. Yeah, he's making her eat all the gas station shrimps, and that's not fair.
Fuck,
Go
that's
to the
brutal.
Circle K and get me sushi. But yeah, no,
Oh,
I guess that was number three. Savings cut the box. Everybody go check
that
it
was
out.
our bronze medalist. That was our third place hero. And we're moving on to oh my gosh. No, okay, I am gonna ask you to narrate our second place one because I wanna narrate our first one. Please and
Oh
thank
yeah,
you.
you were all good for that. And because I've got to click the little boxes, I don't think it would work any other way.
Oh yeah. So
But this is six faces, 12 edges, or six faces, 12 edges, and eight corners by Mr. Benjamin 4463.
now I wanna say this like right off the bat with this Benjamin. Holy balls. Holy balls. Great writer. I this is somebody I'd never heard of Benjamin. They're not really in cult publishing. So that's how I know most of the people here. Like that's how I know you and everybody
Mm-hmm.
else is from cult publishing. I've never heard of this person. I went through and looked at his other stories just because of how fucking good this one was. I was genuinely gobsmacked If this one hadn't placed in the top 3, it would have been my honorable mention because it's just such a good and amazing story. And as you said with the clicking thing, there is a very interesting format to this story because you kind of have to click all along to see it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I
Um,
saw it form-wise. I mean, kind of like a poetic form it takes, and really interesting kind of way that they've used the interface here to make
the
something,
cover the
entirely
cover of
unique.
the story is cool as well too. Do you know what that? It's like there's
It's
a
like a
specific
kaleidoscope image,
There's
kinda.
there's a term I'm thinking of where it's like, oh, it's like a fractal thing where it's like you go
Yeah.
in more fractals and you go further in and it makes more fractals and it just goes on forever, right? That's what this reminds me of. And it's for a box story, it is very oh, oh my god. I'm tweaking over here. So I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you get into it. I'm just saying, if you people watching this don't go upvote it, I will find you and I'm gonna be very, very angry because this is such a good story. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
That's
god.
not a threat, everybody, that's a promise.
It's a threat and a promise. I'm gonna find y'all. Alright.
Alright, well, I guess without further ado, we have our silver medalist here, with 6 faces, 12 edges, 8 corners. 6 faces, 12 edges, 8 corners. Now 20 and 4 faces. Now 30 and 2 edges. 6 and 10 corners. And now something new. Then 4 edges. Then 4 corners. But 1 face. Now a maze. Now a maze. Then a home. Home. I want to go home. The door beckoned. Then I entered. And something new. Oh, okay, that kicks ass. That's a really
It
cool intro.
It the thing that's so good about this story, not only is the intro just such a kick-ass thing, the clicking is what got me. And I'm
Yeah, I
sure it
like
got
the.
you when you were just clicking through it there. Just the feeling of it being revealed for what this is, which is definitely a very I don't want to say high sciencey sort of thing because like it's not saying any chemical formulas, but like the way that it's written is very much not like it's a story. It's written like this is some like omnificent thing
Mm-hmm.
reflecting on what it is now and what it's seeing, and the thought of home is just such a passing thought to him, but he's like, "Home. I want to go home." And then oh god, just such a good, and there's a lot of different breaks in here. We
Mm-hmm.
don't have to stop at all of them, but like I just oh god, I'm reading this story. It's so good. I'm gonna let you get into it. Don't
Yeah, no, it's
distract me.
definitely even just at the beginning here, it's kind of giving me like a House of Leaves feel, which is a story I know a decent bit about, but have never been actually bothered to read. But just in the way that, it plays with formatting, and it's this,
Format's important.
instant wrongness.
Format is
And
so important for a story. Is like I've had a ton of people who they'll post it in like their critics club. They'll be like, "Hey, read my story," and like if you don't have a good format, people just won't read it. You know
hmm
what I mean? Like you got to make it easy to read. What Benjamin did here, you do have to click all the way through it, but it just adds to the fucking story. It's just so stupidly good. I love it so much. Oh my
oh
god.
yeah, there's a beautiful balance between easy to read and fun to read, and so far this
Mhm.
is hitting fun. But I'll
Yeah.
keep going. There are 3 dimensions to space, no more, no less. I don't know where you people get these ideas. If you really want to put your thumb on the scale, you could say that time is the 4th dimension, sure, but time is not a dimension of space. Broad is the maw that swallowed, thus those halls are hollowed. Bars, absolute bars.
Bars. I think that some of these I think that some of the things in here are like dialogue options.
Interesting.
Like I see cuz what it is there's a lot of page breaks here, right? The
Mm-hmm.
little dot dot dots, and I think it's switching from somebody investigate. It's like two people talking because there's parentheses, so I'm guessing there's two people. I can do the parentheses part. Um, but then it goes back to his perspective. You know what I mean? And it's just it's so. Oh my god, Benjamin.
Yeah, no, I am. So you want to do the parts in parentheses? It's like the
Yeah,
second dialogue. I'm cool
yeah.
with that. All right, now
Broad is the
continue.
maw that swallowed, thus these halls are hollowed. That could mean so many different things. Like
And I mean, instantly
he,
you're drawing it to the thing that was announced in that first little snippet. And
yeah.
right now I'm getting hungry house vibes. This house is hungry, or whatever this thing is. Whatever, I'm getting the vibe that this is some
I
kind of
notice a lot
place.
of whenever people use the word "maw" to describe something. I think savings also used "maw." Such a good word for
Oh
like
yeah, I
just
use
like
mall quite a bit too. I love
yeah.
that fucking word. Killer word. W vocabulary.
W vocab. Oh my god, you're a writer.
Oh, it smacks. All right. I'm telling you, man. He walked right off the face of the earth, man. I saw it. It was like he entered a building, but there was no building. He just stepped right into nothing, man. And he was gone, just like that.
Are you sure?
You know what? Fuck you, man. I don't know what I saw.
Stoner.
Thank you, Ben, for writing that character. Sadistic spirals, malefic shapes. Malefic shapes? Malefic shapes. Sadistic
Mm.
spirals, hateful planes, sadistic spirals, come around again, sadistic spirals, remain. Damn, that gave me chills.
I think that those spirals might be a little sadistic.
Yeah, yeah, you don't say. How about as a hypothetical, how would such a space work? Cubic prism, cubic prison. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see a damn thing. Inside, outside, left side, right side, outright, left in, side, 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 left side, strong side. Sorry. Well, such a space, if we are speaking in hypotheticals, could be thought of as 8 volumes.
Like rooms.
Sure, we can call them rooms if you like. Each room would be linked to the next by doors, the same way the edges of a cube link its faces. Each room would have 6 such doors leading to other rooms.
What would it be like to explore the inside?
Confusing, I would imagine. There would be no exit, at least if you're still only thinking of the inside as 3 dimensional space. All the doors would just lead to other rooms, never to the outside of the tesseract. It's like this. If you ran in a straight line, never taking a left turn or a right turn, you would cross 4 doors before you would find yourself right back in the very spot you started running.
What would it take to escape?
If you could step out into the 5th dimension, then you'd be home free. Similar to how if someone drew a square on the floor around you, you could just step out of it. Or if you were trapped in a 3 dimensional room or box, you'd be able to escape by stepping into the 4th dimension. Same idea.
So, not so easy.
No. I really hate that room and door metaphor I used earlier. Could you cut it out in the edit? That's interesting. So we're getting a lot of different perspectives here.
We
We've
are
got
it makes me feel like this is just from like my own right. This is like some government or like facility is interviewing this guy's like immediate associates and stuff and like
mm,
asking about this stuff because you see these are not the same people. I think the person in brackets is the same person, but like you see somebody say like, "Oh no, time is not a dimension of space." Then you see the stoner guy who's saying like, "Oh fuck you, I saw what I saw." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you see, uh, like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see anything. And then the hypothetical discussion, which I think is very interesting because it it kind of frames the backstory for what happened to this guy, and it's like he can't leave because it's impossible. And he's just stuck
Mm.
in a constantly shifting fractal cube prism with what I'm imagining is very, very sadistic spirals. So this poor guy, I don't know how he's doing, but I'm really guessing it's not well.
Yeah, and he's in this, kind of ethereal, otherworldly place where, the laws and dimensionism isn't quite of our own. And I mean
It's a little
taking the
cosmic.
oh yeah, oh yeah, and I mean taking the I really love the in one side you have a stoner going like, "Man, I'm fucking telling you, dude." And then in the
Mhm.
next you have like what sounds like a very well-researched academic kind of attempt to explain it. And I do think you're right, and I think that's really interesting that the person in quote or in the parentheses is the same over the perspectives.
I
Even if that's
think
not
that's
the
what
case,
I think that's what it is. Cause
yeah,
like
I think that does
they
check
don't have
out.
any dialogue. There's no quotation marks. Like this is just maybe maybe this is just like some I don't know, like I don't know, but it's makes it feel very interview like. And I like that it's spaced between so that it's like we can almost just see that while they're all debating like no, it's impossible, like where did he go? This guy is just fucked.
Oh yeah, and I mean
He
it's
he's
written in
going
the way
crazy.
that like an interview would be written in like a research journal as well. So like
Mhm.
that kind of brings together all of these different perspectives into this like I guess case study into whatever the hell this thing is
Oh,
that they're trying
it's
to. All right. I'm gonna keep going. I'm just getting excited. This is
yeah.
this is really cool.
Mhm.
Not tesseract, not penteract, hexen, hexeract, mistaken. Now three such, which means hepteract. Back to tesseract. Now octeract will be decaract, but for now satisfied as interact.
I'm gonna search up what some of these words mean because I don't actually know what. Oh my god. Okay, so
They're
the
like
thing that
geometric
we
shapes,
see,
right?
yeah, the thing that we see on the cover seems to be an interact. I think.
Ah,
Let me search up some of these rack words. It might take a week. Yeah, it's 9 cube, 10 cube. Oh my god! Like you know when a story is just really smart.
yeah.
I get pissed off by a lot of things. This pisses me off, Benjamin. This is so smart. And it's these there's so much big words, you know what I mean? And it's just imagining what this guy is going through because that's just what I'm clinging to this whole time is that this is just some guy who's just in the most unfortunate situation of his life. But yeah, all the things that he's describing are cubes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a liminal space, I'm guessing. God,
Yeah, like a liminal
brutal.
geometric plane, kind of
Hmm.
separate of cognitive understanding is kind of the way I'm seeing it flesh out in front of me. But yeah, no,
Hmm.
just really cool exploration of what this guy really took a box prompt and deconstructed what it means to be a
Yeah,
box, which is pretty sweet.
it's just so good. I'm Benjamin. You're gonna be hearing words from me in the future, pal. All right. I'm gonna be
You can't
commenting
hide
under
from
all
us.
your shit. Because I can't get over how good this story is. It's pissing me off. It's amazing.
I also love the very precise, like scientific writing. There's a lot of that in a Sarcasmonomicon video we did previously. The guy that
Oh
did
yeah.
Glenmont Metro, and it's just, yeah, I think I could not write like this. I think it's a writing style that's pretty difficult to pull off well, and I
And
think it's
he did
being
it.
pulled off to a T. I mean,
Fucking
even then, there's like the tone switches too with the different voices. So I mean, it's showing that it's not just all, this sterile kind of clinical stuff alongside these really abstract kind of
I
poetic
don't
pieces.
think I
There's
would have liked it nearly as much if we didn't have those breaks of personhood that sort of ground us, that kind of tell the story. If it was just a lot of this science stuff, I'd be like, man, I'm too stupid to understand this. I don't
oh
know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'd love
It's
to
the
read some of his other stuff and see kind of how that dialogue lines up too, because it's killer
Mhm.
so far. All right, so you want to keep going?
Yep.
He's been gone 10 years. I hate him.
Holy crap.
He's gone and he left us here alone. We have children. We have debts. And he left us.
You don't believe he was kidnapped?
Fuck no. He abandoned us. I hope he's rotting in hell.
Good job.
Thank you. Six Faces has God, creator, preserver, and destroyer, hedonist, penitent, and martyr. Now three, mother, father, and child. Now 20 and 4. Now 1,792. Now 1. Mine. Now 6 again. Man, I'm telling you, I went back there last week. I saw something. It reminded me of like a mouth, man. Just because of the way it opened and closed. I never finished school, so feel really stupid even just trying to say what's on my mind, but
Yes.
sorry, man. I'm just trying to think about how to say it. It was like a room eating a room and becoming the room it just ate. Does that make any sense? We broke the bone. We ate the marrow. Damn.
Oh, so good.
Well, what you're describing sounds a lot like a tesseract spinning about its XW plane. Actually, it could just as easily be rotating about its YW or ZW planes. It's arbitrary in that sense. Where did you get this description from? Alone then, alone again. He came, he stayed, he died and decayed, but not before we ate. Is cannibalism going on down there in the Tesseract? What the fuck?
Is there some cubic to cannibal? There's a lot of focus on the mouth here and eating. And
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it's just so it reminds me of Annihilation, which is one of my favorite horror movies. Not because Annihilation is any boxy feeling, but there is this thing with cosmic horror that you get, which is the point where it's just you feel so like you don't feel very present. You know what I mean? Like there's so much around you.
Mhm.
And it's like, I'm just imagining, because you made a very southern woman, all right? A very southern woman. So I'm imagining this, like, kind of hick man just trying to walk with one of his buddies into this building or whatever, and then it just fucking takes him, and he's gone.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I mean this feels like a more kind of grounded approach to kind of like the backrooms mythos in a way
Oh, yeah.
where it's
How do you feel about
very
that movie coming up?
I'm excited for it.
You gonna watch it?
A24. Probably. I don't watch too many new horror movies. I watch a
Mhm.
lot of ones that were made 20 years before I was born for some reason. I think I'm a little bit of
Perfect,
an
yeah.
old soul. But I am excited for it. I think A24 makes some fun stuff. I'm excited for the
Mhm.
ha ha. It's gonna be in the soundtrack. I think it's gonna be
Mhm.
great. I think it's gonna be cool. But yeah,
Oh,
no, it's
is this me or is this you? This next lineup here. What do you think?
which one down here? Oh,
Yeah.
that looks like it would be you. That looks like you right there.
Oh, we're learning.
Ho, 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 ho.
Okay, I'll get into it. I am ending. mm, I'm ending my investigation. There is something out there that defies human understanding, but the trail has gone cold. And if I'm being honest with myself, I am scared. of what I may find if I keep digging.
Hell yeah. God, that is spooky. I do love this story. It's really fucking. It's just so chewy. I want to talk about everything because everything's
We
just
got
so well
so little
placed.
left. We've broken so many times just because of it, and that just shows how good this fucking story is. Oh my god.
I just want to
Love
have a
it.
bottle of wine with every sentence in this story, if I'm going to be honest. But I will keep trudging. Time is its own dimension, bends just as easily as the others. What was, is, and will be again. The man died here, and is dying, and will die. He will not be alone for long. I swear to God, officer, I swear it. You have to believe me. I'm telling you, those bones just fell out of the sky. The door beckons, another enters. Something new, which something new. Inside the box, a hideous thing grew. Yah,
Banger. Banger. My
absolute
god.
banger. Drop some claps and some fires in
Woo!
chat.
I love this story. To God. I think this is my highest voted one just because of how fucking fantastic this story is. Just absolute credits to this guy. That thing at the end where he says, "Oh, hey officer, some bones fell out." It's like they consumed this poor man and then once the cube thing was done, just fucking dropped him.
It's like a fucking like cartoon wild pig just like eats the ham and spits out the bone.
Do you know there's a short story out there that I've read for a while. It's called The Three Friends Diner. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-mm, no, I'm pretty
What
uncultured.
it was is that it's like every 20 years this mural comes to life and it eats three people, right? So but it can trick things, it can make buildings, it can like taunt people out, right? This is
Mm-hmm.
what this reminds me of. It's almost as if this building, this maw of a thing, kind of lured this man in there and just took him for everything that he had, right? Showed him like these unimaginable shapes and colors and things that you've never seen and can't even comprehend. And then once it was done, it just spat him out and took another one. And
Oh yeah, and
something's growing.
I
There's
liked it the
something
whole
growing in
time
there.
too. The whole time we're learning about a place, but at the very beginning we're prompted to think about a thing. And the thing
Yes.
shows up sporadically, but a lot of the analysis is focused on, the geometrics or the
Mm.
actual tangible aspects of a place. But the ones inside, or the perspective we get from inside of this, uh, as interact, or what was it? The interact, something like that.
Test
But
Tessera Interact. It was an Interact.
interact, yeah. So I mean, the perspective we get from inside is it sounds kind of confused and displaced, but there's this presence, this all-encompassing presence within this plane. And I think it's really a good way to not focus on the thing outside of those internal accounts.
You know,
That
but
leaves it.
even with the thing, right? We hear something new, which something new, and then we see it at the start here of just saying the door beckoned and I entered and something new, right? It is just it's like that thing of like you don't explain it and it makes it scarier. What is this thing?
Hmm. Yeah,
What
I mean
is
it
this
all.
hideous thing that is growing in this constantly changing box? How is it taking people? How many people has it taken? It's just such a cool design in my head.
Oh yeah, and I mean just the idea of a building or rooms that eat rooms. It kind of reminds me a little bit of I'll drop another little shout out here, Pioneer's story. I know you had to read that for the contest too, but just
Yes.
like the concept of like a building or a thing that consumes itself and
Ouroboros,
those in
I
it.
think it
Yeah,
was called. Yeah, real
yeah, the
I
Ouroboros,
love
the snake
stories
eating
like that.
snake. And I mean, just ending on that something new and very
Mhm.
similar kind of language to the beginning, it creates this like narrative circle that matches the circle in the title. Just everything lines up so beautifully.
But
It
even
just
the
really,
dialogue of the man inside the box, it doesn't sound anywhere near as human as everything else.
oh yeah,
Like, it sounds so other. where it's like, this guy has seen something fucked and is just stuck there. And, he had a wife, he had kids, he had friends, and he's just fucked. He's gone. And he's in this cube thing that is constantly shifting and growing. And I think about that metaphor section where they explained it with the doors and stuff, right?
Hmm.
And it's like, could you imagine trying to leave something like that? While there's also just something in there which is doing something to you.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It's
I
it's
mean, we talked quite a bit about this story, but it's just so good.
it
It's so
definitely
good.
deserves some extra digging. So I'm glad we got to spend some time
Mhm.
with it. It's very well deserved silver medal there for
It's it
Benjamin four
is
four
it
six
is
three.
just such a good thing with the box story, and it's like for 1,000 words, which is also the crazy thing. This doesn't feel like it's 1,000 words. This feels longer.
Yeah, this feels like a
This feels
novella,
like a
like
whole.
a
This
novella's
feels like a
worth
whole
of.
story.
Yeah,
Oh gosh, and
so cool.
everybody loved it. All the comments I see, everybody loved it. Everybody loved it. Um. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm just. It's super good. Which is also funny because Benjamin, I left a comment where I basically I used how many exclamation marks? I used 5 exclamation marks. All right, I was very impressed with this story. I used many exclamation marks in my comments here, and Benjamin says, "Oh, the box thing was like a gimmick for the text," but like, what a well chosen gimmick! It's so good. It's
Oh
just,
yeah,
oh my
I had such a
yes.
blast. Just like because there's a pattern, kind of in the same way there's a pattern in the interact into what's being said. So your brain kind of starts piecing these things together, but you don't know for sure until you click on the box, and your expectations of what that next little one's gonna say can either be
Mhm.
flipped on its head or affirmed, and it's just a really cool way to tell a story.
What's good about this is that not everything is boxed off, though. Not everything. The human dialogues are not boxed off, which I think that that adds so much to like the shape thing because like physically they are taken away, they're whited out, they're in the spoiler tags. You can't see what this guy's doing until you actively click on it. And I think
Hmm.
that that just all that puts a further divide between the people who are still present and the man who was taken. And the
Oh yeah,
investigation thing is like a very subtle detail, right? Which maybe it's like the parentheses guy's not the same person, right? But like they're clearly going over and they're talking to people who were close to the family. They're saying he was kidnapped. The stoner guy's saying like, "Hey, no, he was just gone. Like I watched him." You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna get over that description of it's like a box. It's like a room eating a room and then becoming the room it just ate is just oh my god.
yeah, that is so
Really,
killer.
really great story.
So just big
And
ups all around.
this is silver medal. Silver medal.
Silver medal. God, it's we
Because
got such a talented fucking community here. I'm so proud of everybody.
I'm so
I get
proud.
God, I'm so
It's
look at this boy. I'm so proud of this boy.
I love seeing real good shit like that. And speaking of real good shit, this comes from somebody I personally think is a good friend of mine. I've known this person since like October. Like, this is crazy to think because like it's insane. And every time I read one of her fucking awesome stories, it just blows my mind. Right? We have as our first place winner. Wait, do a little drum roll. We have Jade! Jade Green 88! Woo! Jade! Jade's
Victory.
super awesome. Jade wrote Ladius, which fucking killed in the
Yeah,
olden
absolutely
days.
rips.
Jade's won prompt contest before. She's a very talented author. She has a lot of like books that are on Wattpad. I'm just telling y'all to go read her shit because I genuinely think she's a fucking brilliant author. And if you people are not following her writing journey, then you guys are dumb. All right? Get on that. This is it is a good fucking story. It is oh my god.
I'm very excited to get back into this one. And I mean, very short and sweet, super punchy. And I mean, I think Jade. We read one of Jade's stories on the Anxiety Pilled podcast. We did
Oh,
her and
you read
Lime's
her
collaboration.
Yeah, you read the
Um,
date.
yeah, the guy I'm on a date with, or there's something wrong with the guy I'm on a date with, and then Lime's
Oh,
version as well, and we love that. So super excited
mhm.
to be able to get to platform one of her stories again. I think she's
She
incredibly talented.
She's great. People might accuse us of playing favorites, because I'm not gonna lie, Jade is one of my favorite people that I know here. I love all her work, but just genuinely, she's not just like a great person to be around. She just writes in such a good way. Like I feel like that when I read her shit, I get in there and I don't need any context. I am in this story. I am reading this. I'm going through it all. And it's just there's something about her writing that really clicks with me. And this story especially for the box prompt. Get ready audience. In case you haven't read, I can still hear it from inside the box because this is a fucking fucked up story. All right? This is
This is
fucked.
a real nasty one.
Oh, you're using Narsty. Good job.
This one's emotionally nasty.
Yeah, it's emotionally and it's just it's also just gross. So I think we're just gonna get into it right now. Also go
All
check
right.
out the cover art. It's real nice. It's I like you use the word punchy. I think that that's a very good descriptor of Jade as like a whole. Just very punchy and great. I can still hear it from inside the box from Jade Green, 88. Everyone is capable of doing the unthinkable. Yes, even you, even me. You see, there's this tiny, invisible barrier holding us back from crossing the line, from acting out our most evil thoughts, keeping us sane, keeping us from opening the box. I can still hear it calling to me from the inside, relentlessly, eternally. I didn't know where the line was, but I knew when I'd crossed it. I felt it, the moment that barrier broke free within me. Silence. I didn't tell anyone. I could feel it growing inside of me, and still I said nothing. I could have done something. Anything. Instead, I tried to ignore it, pretended it wasn't there, hoped it would go away. But it only got worse. The fear, the shame, the denial, the unrelenting push toward oblivion. Months passed, and the ugly truth became harder to hide from. I withdrew from the world around me, settling into my isolation like a heavy, warm blanket wrapped around me, a comforting punishment for my skin, my sin. This thing, it taunted me, threatened to ruin my life, but I knew I couldn't keep it inside forever. It was going to come out, it was only a matter of time, and when it did, it was going to destroy me. There was no stopping it. I only prayed I'd be alone when it happened. And it was. The violence I'd tried to conceal finally came spilling out, staining everything it touched. No one heard the struggle. No one noticed or even cared. But that was my fault. That was the way I'd wanted it. No help. No one to save me. I didn't deserve it. What I had been planning was evil. I knew that, but I didn't care. The barrier had already been lifted. The only thing left to do was walk through it. It would all be over soon. I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, but I was sure it had to be done. So I approached a box, left open in the back of my closet. Letters, cards, pictures, old movie stubs. I lifted the box and turned it over, throwing my memories onto the floor to scatter like dead leaves in the wind. I bent down and lifted the item I didn't know I was looking for, a pocket knife. The pain was unbearable, twisting and turning inside my guts. I had to make it stop. As the moment approached, I prepared myself for the monster to come out. Or at least I thought I had. should have expected the unexpected. There it was, a pink mass of flesh and hair, a manifestation of my shame and regret. But when finally faced with it, I felt a lot differently than I thought I would. I can't say if I had changed my mind or not. I can't remember having many thoughts at all, except one. It's already too late. Silence. The world didn't come crashing down, it stood still. I'd gotten what I wanted, what I'd so desperately tried to hide from the truth. I was the monster. But I could bury my secret now. No one ever had to know what I'd done, what I could have and would have done, but didn't. So I closed the box, and I won't open it. I'll never open it again. I chose a spot out back behind the house and dug into the dirt as deep as I could. But I still hear it. I can still hear her crying from inside that box, the cry that never came.
Golly.
Oh, it's the abortion story. It's gnarly.
Ah,
It is gnarly.
ow, ow.
Oh, it's at the end that really gets you of this bitch just carved open her stomach and cut out her kid and then just fucking killed it. Which, hey,
The cry that
nobody has to
never
know.
came.
It's a secret. Nobody has to know. Bury it in the woods, girl. You do you. But oh my god. Such a sad story. And this woman's obviously scared, and she does what she does. She maybe regrets it. She doesn't know. Just such a good hitting story, and especially that ending part of just that cry that never came. Oh my god.
What about my cries, Jade? Huh? You didn't think about those?
Jade, what about me? Um,
God, yeah, it's
Jade
just
is
so
really good
brutal.
with late horror, I'll say. She I don't think I've seen a single Jade story that's from the perspective of a dirty man, because Jade knows, all right, the ladies is where it's at, and she's so good at writing. Just like it just hits you. It's like fuck. Like, could you imagine trying to like stab out your own stomach to get it out? You know what I
Oh,
mean?
I mean, Jade operates on this, especially in this story. Certainly, it's just such a brutal economy of words. Like, there's not a wasted syllable in this entire story. All of it is
No,
pushing towards this, like, horrific human certainty and this just interior confusion and pain, and it's just so perfectly illustrated in the, blunt, short sentences. You have, like, I felt it the moment that barrier broke free within me, and then you have a standalone line of just silence. And I mean, it just builds such an atmosphere in this like human longing and hurt. And I mean, this one's well below. I think I'm right about this one finally that it's well below 1,000 words.
mhm.
It's just so
Oh,
incredibly effective.
it's so
I'm,
good.
I mean, it's
It's
almost
so
I'd
good.
almost qualify it as like a prose poem or something like that, just for
Oh, it's
how efficient it is
yeah,
at getting the reader
it's
inside
600
of the
words.
perspective.
It's 600 words. Jade could have added as much as she wanted, but she kept it, and it's here, and it's lovely. I can still hear it from inside the box. My god, I like rereading it as well, and you know that it's like this woman is pregnant. It really just shows like a distorted perspective of fear and shame and stuff, which makes you wonder, how was this baby made?
Yeah.
No clue. We know how it died. It got chopped up, carved out, which is just gruesome. Jade is very good at like bloody carving holes and stuff. Like, it's just every time I read Jade's story, I'm always like, "Oh my god. One day I'm going to be just like that." Oh my god.
I want to be like Jade when I grow up.
I want to be like Jade when I grow up. I'm 4 years old. I'm
But I mean that
so
this is like the quintessential like looking at this, reading through this. This is the execution 10. Like it's wild how
yeah,
well
it's
she was able
perfectly
to build this story in such a short amount of time with, so few words. The cover is
executed.
also fantastic and just the full package as far as the horror short's concerned, and absolutely brutal and gut wrenching, but definitely what you see and look for
It
in
was
in a
just
gold
genuinely.
medalist.
This is just yeah, well worth being the gold medalist. Jade deserved it. She is phenomenal, phenomenal writer. Just I can't get over it. It's just so good. Damn, damn, it's so good. So that was our first place. So I'll run through the names again, then we can do our little discussions at the end. We had From the Files of Site B5-39, A Box of Beauty. We had The Promise. We had Fragmentation Bog. We had The Box. We had Six Faces, 12 Edges, 8 Corners. And we had I Can Still Hear It from Inside the Box.
What
They're
a
all very
fantastic
different.
lineup of stories. I mean, all
Yeah,
all of them so different in each of their ways, and it's just, I'm really, really happy being able to hop on this episode and read through all of these. It's, just such
I'm
an
very
incredible
happy.
amount of talent. I
I'm
mean, all
very
these.
happy that. Oh, I can't believe I almost forgot. Oh, Bear would have gone mad at me. I meant to give a little judge's statement
Oh
from the
yeah.
judges of the competition. Guys, I need to find the man with fat. Say a bunch of words. I need to find this. I need to find what he wanted me to say real quick.
So it all started when I was 12. I really liked zebra cakes and cosmic brownies, and I begged my parents for them every time we'd go to the Food Lion. And then one day, we went to the Food Lion, and my mother rolled down her window, and then a guy was asking us for directions.
I found the message.
And
Don't even worry about it.
okay,
This is from Bear. This is our head host. He's the guy he ran through this. Him and Nate, by the way, shout out guys. Please go like up their own stories. Please be very kind to them. We ran through like 30 something stories for this competition. We all read it. Um it was quite a lot of work, but it's just so good that they did it. So special shout out to them. And as the box team representative, this is our statement. When we first set eyes on this plain cardboard box, we could not imagine the horrors that waited inside. We never expected such a huge turnout, and we were blown away by the sheer talent that everybody who was a part of the contest delivered. Each story was so vastly different, and they all had one thing in common: passion and creativity. We just really loved everything. So, from the bottom of our hearts, we hope you had as much fun as we did. And what do you think? Should we host any more challenges? Any more prompt stuff?
yes, yes. I think this is the beginning of something beautiful as far as the AP prompts. I mean, I
Mhm.
can't. I'm really kind of struggling to think of any other Reddit space that has yielded this much like high quality storytelling in such a short amount of
Yeah.
time. I mean, I think it was what 10 days the competition was open for, and just
Mhm.
really high level, high concept stuff across the board. And I mean, these are the six that we got to put on the podcast, but there's an
They're so
unending number of great stories that came out as a result of this, and it was really fun seeing everybody come together to appreciate each other's work and to kind of
mm,
build something a little bigger than each of ourselves individually. So it's really nice to be able to get up here and find the best of the best out of everybody and really take a moment to celebrate them. But
mhm.
also want to take a step back to celebrate each and every anxiety pillar. Even if you didn't write something, if you read some of them, left some feedback, watch this episode to see us be able to platform these writers. It's just really really cool what everybody in the community has done. So massive ups to everybody involved.
Hi, quick aside from editing bats here, and I wanted to again reiterate what Man with Fat and Top have been saying. As one of the top mod co-founders, one of the co-founders of Anxiety Pilled, we could not have done any of this without you. Um, Everyone who writes, everyone who reads, everyone who listens to this podcast, I cannot thank you enough. I've been putting weeks and weeks of my life into this. I put it on my calendar with the same importance that I put schoolwork or actual work. It's absolutely heartwarming to see. We, Jay and myself, we had started this back in January. You know, January 21st. We were like, you know what, fuck it, let's do our own thing. And I expected, okay, we'd have a bit, but wow, the amount of growth that we've managed to have. For example, we have 24,000 views, 292 total members, and 157 published posts, and over 1,000 published comments. Like, you guys are absolutely killing it. And I firmly believe that storytelling is an essential part of humanity. And in this world where, finding the good parts of humanity can be tricky, I just want to say thank you to every anxiety pillar, whatever form you take these anxiety pills. Thank you.
Massive
Brag
ups.
on.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for doing the hosting with me. Appreciate it. We had a lot of fun. I
Oh, I think
think.
we had a blast. I think we had fun. I think this is going to be a great podcast. Everybody,
I
don't forget to like and subscribe for more podcasts. It's good podcast
please
stuff.
please be waiting. Man with Fat is gonna be obviously still in the future. I'm gonna be in the future. We're all gonna be rotating. It's gonna be a great old time. We're trying to make this an awesome podcast. This was great. Yeah. Uh oh, and guys, Venmo me money if you want. I don't
You
know
can
how.
also
I don't have
Venmo me money, actually, instead. If
the
you like puppies and cute animals, you'll Venmo me instead of Top, actually.
Oh,
But if you
okay. Well, if you guys aren't sexist pigs, you'll Venmo the woman. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well if you guys don't like microwaving hamsters, then go ahead. I'll put my Cash App up in the
Oh,
description.
oh, I only did that twice. You can't hold that against me.
You know what? If you're against incest as a person, go ahead and
Oh,
send the
well,
cash
yeah.
my way.
Can't argue with that one.
No, this was a blast. I had so
Yeah.
much fun recording this, so much fun getting to hang out with all of these stories and spend more time inside of them. I hope everybody really enjoyed this episode. More coming soon in the future, of course.
Ooh,
If you
do we
guys
have an
have any,
outro?
huh?
Do we have an outro?
No, we don't. I'm just kind of spitballing right now.
Box, 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 box,
Box,
box.
box, box. Do you want to do a quick outro, Top? Do you have anything you want to say to the people? Anything you want to say for the people in
Uh,
the back?
uh, keep writing more. Love ya. Bye.